Hey, what's good, Shot?
Oh, just eating crackers. I got a toothache, so it's the only thing I can soften with my tongue enough to chew.
what?
Oh,
What's
oh,
your cracker preference right now? Same,
right,
same.
right
Yeah.
now I'm doing a Ritz. I'm in a
Okay.
buttery kind of feel, but I mean I enjoy a saltine, just a plain saltine. I have
Okay.
no problem with that. Ritz are good, but I also like club crackers.
Mm.
Um, yeah. And
Yeah.
then there are those little round, like wafery, like really fancy. They're always on the plates of people who have fancier food,
Okay.
and they're always like cracked pepper or a whole multi-grain something or other or water um crackers or some shit. And I don't. I mean, I see them in the store. I never buy them
Because
because I
people
don't
know they
have.
exist, though.
Yeah, I don't have all the things. The reason they taste good is because they've been sitting next to some sort of maybe expensive cheese.
Mm.
But it's not the same when they've been sitting in my cabinet next to definitely cheap instant ramen. They don't they don't hit the same. So,
It's like when you leave the steak to marinate,
yes.
for like overnight. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was recently I did a store run, and it's not that I don't see it. It's just I don't know why like it stood out to me this particular time, and I've been enjoying Townhouse crackers, which I haven't had in a while.
Those are
You know,
good. Mhm.
yeah. I was like, oh, this has been out of the rotation for a couple years for me. I
Yeah.
brought them back in. They were good. I like the difference in shape. They were like, nah, we ain't doing circles or rectangles. You
Right.
know, they went their own way.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. I think that's maybe what I grew up with because I think Townhouse crackers maybe they used to be made by Sunshine Cookies,
Okay.
and Sunshine Cookies made their cookies and crackers with vegetable oil,
Mm.
whereas like Nabisco used lard,
Okay.
and we were a house that didn't eat pork, so that included not eating anything with lard in it. So
Oh,
most Nabisco cookies were made with animal short. I was trained to look at the ingredients, and if it said animal shortening, that meant lard, and that meant we couldn't eat it. So I grew
interesting.
up on Townhouse crackers and Hydrox instead of Oreos and Ritz.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, shouts to Hydrox, yo.
Yay, man. I don't even get me started. But I love Hydrox. That's always home for me, but of course they don't really make them that much anymore, and there's a whole history behind that we don't even have time for me to get into. That's a whole other episode.
Word up, yo.
Another own one topic episode.
Oh man, yo, the Hydrox people is real, man.
Mhm.
It's just joint. I know I looked them up recently because I forgot they came up in a conversation, and like they're on eBay for like $40.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
real.
because they don't really make them and they're hard to find and
Yeah. Hydrox is the truth.
yeah.
Much respect. I was
Yeah.
I was in Boise
The
for
Idaho
just
one?
yeah.
Okay.
The Idaho one. I was out there. I had a great time, Shot. It was very different. So like I get there
Mhm.
and I get out the airplane. I'm in the airport, and there's things that like as a New Yorker you've been trained to think is normal. It's not normal, right?
Yeah, like most of your existence. Yes.
I've
Yeah, it's
realized
not
that in
normal.
Boise. It took
Right.
me like 3 days to like, oh, this is how the rest of the country lives.
Mhm.
It was subtle things like so every place I went to eat, I was
Mhm.
always the next person in line. Like I never had to wait in a line for the whole time I was in Boise. I went to Chipotle, and I
Mhm.
swear it felt like that Chipotle existed for my one order today.
Right.
Like I showed up, they got a full staff, 4 people, excited that I showed up. Like, oh, yo, what's good? What do you need? This is the first time at Chipotle where I felt like I could change my mind, and they'll be like, well, no worries, we'll start this over. We'll go back. I've never had that, yo. Chipotle in New York is aggressive. Them
Yeah.
dudes is mad you don't know the first 5 items of your order as soon as you get to that spot. That shit was different. They're like, what would you... The dude talked to me. He was like, oh, we got a new chicken. Have you heard the adobe... Yo, he gave me the whole breakdown. Like, yeah, we
Wow.
got adobe chicken. The seasoning is different from the other chicken that we normally have. He apologized to me because they ran out of lettuce, and I was like, well, who? There's no one here. It's just us.
Right.
You know, like, if y'all been eating the lettuce, he's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. But, you know... it's a whole thing. And then he was like, yo, just because we ran out, the avocado's on us. You want 2 scoops of avocado? And I was like, hell yeah. He just gave me free avocado because they were out of lettuce.
What is this?
It was craziness. And then I went to pay the whole thing, $8.
Yeah.
I was like, this is madness. I've been paying like $14-15 for Chipotle in New York at this point.
Yeah. And honestly, that $8, I'm like, yeah, man. I remember when Chipotle was like $6.50. Like,
yo,
which
wild.
I don't know if it's ever been that low in New York, but I know in Atlanta, I remember the cheap days of Chipotle, and then having to move to New York and adjust to them just being way more expensive.
Yeah.
And then their prices slowly going up. And I was just like, why doesn't Chipotle love me anymore?
Yeah, it was different, yo. We went out to drink afterwards with some of the people that we like did the event with, and like, you know, we was gonna chop up the tab. So like they sent out the group receipt, and I was like, I laughed at the bill. I was like, I got this shit. This is silly, you know. And they're like, no, for real, we'll chop it up. You know, you don't gotta take that hit. I'm like, that hit, like the 10 of us just drank for like 4 hours. This bill is $70. Okay.
Oh, wow.
In New York, that's like 4 of us having 1 drink each. Okay. This is insanely cheap. I got it covered. It's fine. Like, there was so many moments like that. When there was an Uber driver that picked me up, and I asked him after like, you know, 2-3 days of this, of like not really seeing a lot of people. I was like, yeah, how many people live in the city? He's like, it's the biggest city in the state. We got a little over 250,000 people that live here. And he was like, I forget exactly where the whole state is now, but I know that when I was in high school, I remember it being a big deal that we were at 1 million people. And I laughed in his face. Like, I thought for sure he was like pulling my leg. And I went home and looked it up, and like, yeah, that's for real, the numbers. They were at 1.8 million now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, it's the fastest growing state by percentage, but they're still pint size. And like, for like our listeners that are not New Yorkers, like, that's how many people are in Brooklyn. Like, we have like 3 boroughs that have more people than this entire state.
Yeah.
You know, 3 boroughs of the 5 that make up New York have more people than the whole state of Idaho.
Yep.
And we all live together. Like that. That's wild. So like, and then when I looked at, he said that to me, dropped me off, and then I spent the whole night not being able to sleep, just thinking of those numbers. Like I was blown away that like I live in a place where like the geography is the size of one of their parks. You know, and we have all the people of their whole state. They got farms and shit that's like bigger than East New York.
Right.
You know, and we're like just stuffing people here. So then like I started rethinking everything that happened during the time I was there. Like, I got out the elevator and I was like, what you need? Like, to somebody that was like overly looking at me. And like, it was just saying hi. Like, you know, like I was like real aggressive. And it hit me that like I'm like that because I've been cramped into this space with 2 million people, you know? Like, you ever notice that like when you go somewhere with a New Yorker, everywhere they go, they think, yo, I bet you I can make money doing this. Like, I don't go anywhere in the world without thinking of a hustle.
Okay, that's not a New Yorker thing. I think that's a particular type of person and more of a hustler thing, because I've known people who were not New Yorkers who feel that way.
Okay.
What is very New York, though, is you like bucking up at someone saying hi. Like, I literally did that as an 8-year-old when we moved from New York to Atlanta, and my dad had to sit me down as an 8-year-old and say, here in the South, people say hello to you and you have to say hello back. It's just like a politeness thing. People
Yeah.
speak, they say hello, and you just say hello back. And my response was, but I don't even know them. As an 8-year-old, I said, I don't know those people. And he's like, I understand, but this is just how it goes. And it's my father had to have that conversation because my mother is from Georgia. So she was just like, why didn't you speak? She was always like, why didn't you speak when you came in the room? Why you speak to these people when they say hello? Because she grew up in like just in the sticks
Yeah.
where if you were walking on the street and you didn't say hello to someone, by the time you got to your house, they had already heard just through word of mouth that you didn't speak.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah. So that is more of the aggressive, just kind of what are you looking at? Is much more of a New York thing than the always hustling. Because
Okay.
I know a lot of Atlanta hustlers. I know a lot of Georgia hustlers.
Yo.
So yeah. I think that is just Boise. That I don't know how big their hustle is, but I guarantee you there are 3 people. What'd you say? 1.8 million. There are
Yeah, the whole
three.
state.
There are 3 hardcore hustlers in that state.
Yo, shouts to Boise, Idaho. That place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh, I saw like 15 of y'all while I was there because y'all were very spaced out. But the 15 I saw were very, very beautiful people.
Was it
Great men.
nice to be able to move around and not hit somebody accidentally near you or
Yeah, it was
breathe
different.
fresh air? Yeah, it was different.
It was different. Fun fact: I found out that they have trash potatoes in Idaho because they make great potatoes and they have to ship them out. So like it's one of their like biggest forms of making
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, the
So
Idaho potato.
so their
Yes.
best potatoes actually go to other places, including us in New York. So
Uh-huh.
like ironically, in Idaho, they don't get their best potatoes. Yeah.
Hey man, don't get high on your own supply.
Yo, they for real live it.
So
That
their
is fire.
potatoes are trash?
Yeah, they were like, yo, like we actually don't eat them. We celebrate it because it's a big part of the history here, and we still grow it. It's our 4th biggest crop now. But like eating it here is actually not that big a deal because our best ones go to the states that are willing to pay the most, including where you are in New York.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So if you want a dope Idaho potato, like you go to New
Go
York.
elsewhere. Don't go to
Yeah.
Idaho. They ain't trying they trying to make money off of it. That's where the hustlers are. The hustlers are there.
In the potato farms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are you know what I mean? Like being a farmer is its own type of hustle.
Yeah, respect.
So, cuz you got to deal with a lot of bullshit.
Straight up.
And it's something that's passed down. Even if you didn't want to
Yeah.
do it, your pops did it. Now you got to do it. So, there's a lot of similarities there that I don't know if people really think of it in that way. I think if more people thought of it in that way, maybe hustlers could get together and help each other out. But then again, they're hustlers; they would never help each other out. I forgot
Nah.
about that part. Anywho, just think of a farmer as a hustler, if that helps. If that helps.
I like
Understand country music or rap more, whichever one you don't understand. Think of them as hustling in the way that you hustle.
it. Amen. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
think more country and rap crossover should happen. I think it's the same music.
They're definitely it's in the works right now. At some point, country singers, male anyway, went from cowboy hats to baseball caps, and that's
Okay.
when it all changed. That's when it all changed.
Yeah, they still like
Yeah.
curve the brims a lot, but
Oh yeah, they still do that, but I mean,
yeah.
that'll happen. I don't know how I feel about a flat brim. That's the only I only know current. I think that's just from being in the South and a SEC thing. I don't know. That's what the college boys did.
Yeah, I'm flat brim for life, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, my dad used to break down his newsboy caps. He would the brim those kind of caps with the snap on it
Yeah.
look really weird when they're flat to me.
Yeah.
So he would take a tennis ball and a rubber band and rubber band the brim around the tennis ball and let it stay like that overnight so that it had something of a curve. It wasn't as
Yeah, yeah.
hardcore, but just something of a curve. And I remember seeing him do that with a new hat. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting it straight. And I'm like, okay, all right. know what's happening and when in the 30s you picked this up, but okay.
I remember when I first saw that and then seeing the result, and I was like, okay, that makes sense if you
Mhm.
want the curved brim, but I don't think enough people are thinking about their face. So like everybody was using like a baseball or a tennis ball, and I'm like, that curve don't match your face. Like some of y'all should like softball because you got a bigger forehead. Like I needed a
Right.
softball. So I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
but the look is for it to be as curved to look like an arch. Like that's the look that they're
got
going
you.
for with those things. Yeah. But yeah, they know they got big fat heads.
Yeah.
They're big and fat everywhere. Like, look, that kind of God bless you. I can spot someone who went to a southern university or college up here in the north because I mean they can cover up things. You know, you can dress away and you can do whatever. But if I see you in like your relaxed kind of fit, and I can just tell by like the shape of your leg, I'm just like, oh, okay, you a southern country, like you a kind of country. I don't know. There's something in the build.
Okay.
There's something in the build. There's something in the cut of the sweat short or the khaki shorts or whatever. Um, there's a much a tuned up booty. You know, yeah, the southern white dudes they got ass. They got junk.
Okay.
I don't, and that could be from eating the food and sitting around. I don't know what it is, but they got junk. Some of them have a
I
lot of
assume
junk
the
back
horse
there.
riding, like that's like
Yeah,
a lot of
I
like
you know
leg
what?
work.
I don't know if it's a horse riding. It's definitely going mudding.
Yeah, like there's work they're doing on their legs.
Yeah, they're definitely on 4x4s in a muddy field.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's gonna work the glutes.
Yeah.
Respect,
So
yo.
yeah, so there's that, and yeah, a choice in shirt, a choice in polo.
Okay.
It's a different. There's a different kind of. There is a preppy look that's very northeastern, but then how that changed when it got to the south. It's a different. There's a different look.
Oh man, I love the ingenuity. You know, do what y'all do. Okay.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do what you got to do. Also, shout out to Boise, I
Yeah,
guess.
respect, respect. All right, so let's get into the news, Sha.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nearly 60% of Americans now have antibodies for COVID-19 infection, according to the CDC. Nearly 60% of adults and 75% of children have antibodies indicating that they've been infected with COVID-19, according to new data from the U.S. Centers of Disease and Control and Prevention. The data comes from an ongoing study of blood samples sent to commercial laboratories across the U.S. At the beginning of December, an estimated 34% of Americans had antibodies showing that they had once been infected by the virus that causes COVID-19. By February, after an avalanche of cases caused by the Omicron variant, that number jumped to 58. By February, roughly 75% or 3 in 4 children under the age of 18 had developed the antibodies, according to the study. The lowest increase was amongst adults 65 and older. The CDC estimates that 33% of seniors have been infected with COVID-19
And lived.
and lived. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That's why the number's lower.
Yeah.
Sadly.
The OGs.
um I love that they were like 75% or 3 and 4 kids. You know, just however it is you process math.
Hey, maybe it's the kid reading it, you know? And they
Yeah,
just they
maybe.
snuck in some fractions in there for us, you
Probably,
know?
probably. In which that case, that's very helpful. Yeah, 60%, sure. That
Yeah.
seems right.
Yeah, like I was happy to hear this, I guess, because that means that like it
No, it means
means
nothing. We can still catch it again. It means it would be great if that meant that we were somewhat in the clear, but
right. That's what I'm hoping.
no, I don't think it does. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, because I mean, my sister caught it um before the vaccines, right?
Right.
So maybe she still got antibodies in her blood, but she could still catch it again. There are people who caught Omicron and then caught Omicron. You know what I mean? Like they they got it twice, which is wild because it hasn't even been around for 6 months or whatever, maybe.
Whole
Um,
lot.
yeah. So like that's wonderful. I guess that we are that we're some of us are living through it. Who's to say what the quality of life is for many people? But I mean, yeah, we got hit with it. For those who haven't, quit being quit being a wimp and go on and catch a little COVID so we can keep it moving.
Rub up on some COVID, okay?
Come on now, you holding us up.
You see the face mask on the floor, just pick up a used one.
Yeah, just come on. Just breathe it in.
Breathe it in, go straight to the hospital. We don't want you to die. We want you to get sick.
Yeah.
We just want you to get it over with.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels, even though I know that's not the case for people. It does still feel like, will you please just get it so that you can stop worrying?
And to be clear, by the way, don't do what I just said.
Please do not do any of the things that we have said. Do not go out and catch COVID so that you can just be done with it. That's not exactly how that works.
Yeah, I had to drop. I feel like 5 years from now, there's going to be like a weird edit of a video of me saying all the wildness from this podcast. It'll be the cancel Gastor.
Yeah, it's going to be on an episode of Dateline.
Comedian Gastor Almonte said, "Wow, shit, snuffing some COVID." Like, whoa,
oh my goodness,
that's wild out of context.
Well, you gotta consider it was at that time. That's how people felt,
Oh man, yeah, I've definitely had some takes here that I know I cannot defend the time.
No, without
Oh,
at
man.
the time, I was tripping. That's all I can say.
Oh man, Southern California businesses and residents are asked to reduce outdoor watering as drought leaves half of the water that we need for the summer. Facing drought conditions unlike anything we've experienced before, Southern California officials are demanding businesses and residents in parts of Los Angeles, Ventura, and San Bernardino counties cut outdoor watering for 1 day a week. For the summer, we have half of the water that we need right now in these communities, said Rebecca Kimmich, program manager for the Metro Water District of Southern California. The move comes as California faces persistent climate crisis fueled dry conditions that have led to major water shortages despite record snow in the early winter. Last summer, the state saw its most severe drought in its 126-year record. The new restrictions, must be implemented by June 1st, with water district members agencies expected to enforce them.
I mean, the restrictions they've had in California with water, with regards to various droughts, have already been pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
To hear that this is the worst ever is wild, because every time it's like, this is the worst ever. And I don't think that takes away from them saying it. Like, I don't think they're exaggerating just to exaggerate.
Right.
I think it honestly is, every year it's getting worse. And that's wild, because that place is dry. It's a desert. By the way, LA, y'all are a desert.
Yeah.
Quit with the flowers. The flowers aren't supposed to be there. You're a desert. Yeah. It's not a dry heat. You're a desert. But yeah, so that is actually very scary, because if they only have half the water they need for the summer, and things are going to start burning again, because they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
It's gonna be rough
in California. Yeah.
That's one thing they are never short on is summer.
Yeah. Also, y'all are just watering. You're watering these plants and these flowers that, again, aren't supposed to be there, because it's a desert. Go on and let them die. They're not supposed to be there. Y'all know, you ain't no tropical. Why you have tropical plants in your desert yard? Let it
palms
go.
Gotta go, baby. All the palms gotta come down.
Yeah.
They look great in the rap videos, but it is.
But yeah, that's not what's supposed to be there. I mean, there's so many things that flower and bloom, and that's why people are so particular, I think, because they are really trying to play God and make these things flower and bloom in a desert. Just accept it. Put up a rock garden.
That's it.
What y'all got against rocks? Y'all out there in the desert? Just do that.
Beautiful. Every time my wife wants to order some new plant on Etsy, she asks the lady, like, hey, would this grow in Brooklyn? And they'll be like, admittedly, we haven't tried it before, Do not recommend, but you're welcome to give it a shot. And
Right.
Gabby knows that means, oh, I shouldn't order this because I'm gonna just get sad in 6 weeks when it dies because it's not
Right.
meant to be in an apartment.
Uh-huh.
You know, maybe Florida should incorporate that rule. You know, like don't order those plants on Etsy or wherever you order your palm trees from. Florida.
Yeah.
I mean Cali. Pardon me.
Yeah, don't do that. Also, I hear the rats live under the palm trees.
Really?
Yeah. You may want to Google fingers that, but my understanding is that there are rats in California. They just all live under the palm trees.
Wow.
So that the palm trees are like teeming with rats.
Yo.
That changes all those movies, doesn't it? All
Big
the times
time.
you've been out there. Now does it feel gully? Does it feel a little more gully? They work so
Yeah.
hard to seem pretty, but they got rats under the palm trees. I'm gonna look that up now. Rats, palm trees.
Does it like draw the rats? Because now I'm curious if we could put like palm trees in New York.
No,
like,
we
get
cannot
all
put
the
them in
rats
New
in
York.
one
I don't
place.
think we have enough dirt. Like, I don't think we go deep enough because we are just a series of islands. So underneath us is just rats and palm trees. Palm rats, also known as roof rats. Okay.
Yo.
Commonly nest in palm trees, which is where the common name comes from. Due to the fact they are excellent climbers, they are also known as roof rats. They're the biggest rodent pests in Florida, and of course, also found in other tropical climates like that.
Nah, I'm
And
good.
then, palm trees are in California, so.
Nah, I'm good. You don't want the as is like rats got crazy hops. You don't want to give them a height
Crazy
advantage.
hops. I only know them as, the roof ones. And that's not, I don't like that because that means that roof is my shelter.
Yeah.
Get
nah, I'm
out of
good.
my roof. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
seals it. Never
Mhm.
moving anywhere with palm trees.
okay,
Done
well,
deal.
you still got a roof.
Yeah.
And rats.
It's fair. It's
The
fair.
only reason that the rats in New York don't go higher is because they literally have their own ecosystem
Downstairs.
down. Yeah, they've got a whole a whole way of life down there that they don't even like. Their offices are down there. Their bars, their nightclubs, their restaurants. They don't need to go to the roof. They got it all underneath.
Oh man, that's beautiful. I don't know why I just kept picturing like a rat like checking somebody's ID. Like, oh nah, you can't get in here.
Absolutely.
You don't got the whiskers, okay? You know what I mean? It's a 3-whisker club, okay?
You don't have the whiskers. I'm just picturing a rat with glued on whiskers trying to look old enough to get in the club.
No, I saved them. I promise. In other news, Attorney General for Virginia and Washington, D.C. launch separate investigations into Washington Commanders' financial dealings. The Attorney General in Virginia and Washington, D.C. have launched investigations into the financial misconduct allegations against the NFL's Washington Commanders and owner Daniel Snyder.
I forgot that the Washington football team is now called the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, yo.
Okay, I'm there
change.
now. I'm with we. Okay, all right, continue.
The investigation came after lawmakers in Congress laid out accusations against the team and executives, including Snyder last week, including that they may have intentionally withheld millions of dollars in refundable security deposits owed to fans and concealed revenues that were owed to the NFL as part of the league's revenue sharing agreement.
They may have accidentally
concealed. The chairs of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform and the House Subcommittee on Economic and Consumer Policy co-authored a letter to the FTC earlier this month, asking for a review of evidence they said shows Snyder and the team may have, as you said, may have engaged in troubling and long-running and potentially unlawful pattern of financial conduct that victimizes thousands of team fans and the NFL.
Wow. Maybe. They may have. I don't know. That doesn't sound like me, but I mean, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is I think this is it for this dude. He's gonna have to sell this squad, man. Daniel, you I know you did the name change. You had all those crazy lawsuits with the misconduct with the cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders, right?
You know,
And now he's keeping money
yeah,
possibly from fans. Yeah, we are now at a point where evil, like, billionaires and millionaires, like, it's not just for Marvel anymore. You know what I mean? It's all of us. We've taken the Marvel and the DC worlds into our world so much that dudes are doing shit like this, and probably
right.
have been to some extent, yes, but not this broadly, and not this out in the open and lazily, that I'm having a hard time believing anyone who is a millionaire or billionaire and something comes out where they are trying to hold on to money. They're trying to hold on to their wealth by stiffing a bunch of people. And they're like, well, I don't believe them immediately. I immediately am like, yes, you're absolutely doing that.
You did all of this.
You
Okay.
all of this. There's no way that you got to a point you're like, that's enough. No one's ever been to that's enough.
Yeah.
Clearly,
You
none
get
of
to
you rich
these
people
levels.
have gotten to that's enough.
Yeah, you get to these levels, you don't have an out. You know, be like, I'm working till I get to 16, Billy. You know,
Yeah, that's the
can't
magic number.
I can't afford everything I want, you know, until then. Okay.
Mhm.
I wanted 3 football teams. Okay. This
Yeah.
isn't enough. Yeah, I think this is I do have one thing that I think is different though. I think that up until this point he has only stiffed regular people. I think now that he's like jerking other billionaires,
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's the game changer.
Oh, yeah,
here.
no, that's it,
Because
yeah.
they're like, yo, hold up, you fucking with our money? Like I thought we
Mhm.
was this is the team,
Right.
you know. I think that's the game changer. They're gonna be like, nah, B, we need all those checks, you know. So yeah, you jerk 29 other billionaires, they're gonna get angry.
Oh, yeah, no, it's done for you. You're done.
Yeah, B, should have kept it to cheerleaders and fans, you know.
You should have kept it to cheerleaders and fans. No one cares about cheerleaders and fans.
Sadly, you know, you would have got away with this whole hustle, but look, you walked into it. Time is up, my G.
Oh, man.
Finally, the Wachowski sisters are auctioning off Matrix memorabilia and more to support the trans youth. Lana and Lily Wachowski, the filmmakers behind the Matrix series, and Cloud Atlas are auctioning off nearly 200 props and film ephemera from the vast archives. It wasn't easy to part with some of the treasures, Lily Wachowski said, including original pieces from some of the most iconic moments from the sisters' works. But the proceeds from the auction are going towards organizations that advocate for and protect transgender youth, cause close to the sisters' hearts. Lily Wachowski tweeted that she and Lana had been doing some spring cleaning when they happily decided to pass on some of the best treasures we've been collecting over the years. Fans of the Wachowskis have dozens of limited edition and one-of-a-kind items to sift through, like the original artwork, mock-ups of the famous set pieces, and some knickknacks from the Wachowskis' desk. There are also plenty of rare finds from their Netflix series, Sense8, and films Jupiter Ascending and Speed Racer, with bids beginning at $30 for some of the items.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's good. Good for them. Because you know what? You can't take it with you. You might as well well do something good with whatever money that would pull in. Thank you for not just doing an auction and then just counting the money afterwards. So
yeah, like you gotta assume, like, as dope as it is to like have like the cell phone from the movie or whatever, like that was like revolutionary. Like if you're really thinking about it, you haven't touched that phone in like 15 years. Like you showed it off a lot at first, and now it's just like in the closet.
Yeah, or it's behind glass somewhere.
Yeah, no one's seeing that. No one's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Let it be out there, you know? Let people play around with it. Someone's going to own it, have a blast. Let it be behind a new set of glass, but new people see it at least. You know? Let it be in the news for a little bit, and it's going to do some good. I love all of this.
Yeah. And then hopefully it'll eventually make its way to a museum where the museum pays a bunch of money for it. And then whoever that is maybe will also donate their funds to the right kind of charities. I don't know. Yeah. But
fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I only hope good things for the trajectory of knickknacks from the Matrix. Here are my little Matrix knickknacks.
Oh man. If you would like
to
bid on knickknacks from the War Report, that's right. Shalewa and I got plenty of knickknacks. Admittedly, not from anything famous we've done because we haven't done anything famous.
Nope.
But we got knickknacks all day. I got a pen I'm looking at right now. Got a USB drive.
I'm in my closet, just behind me. You could see the kind of things. I will not actually give you anything out of my closet. I've already gone through it once. This is all very important to me. But you know what I mean. You see, there might be a knickknack to be had.
There you go. All you got to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you are an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You want us to do this auction, but you don't believe we're going to get money for it. You a hater. You haven't judged our knickknacks appropriately. Okay? 5 stars. You know that me and Sha got gems as knickknacks. Okay? We're going to generate hundreds of maybe just $100 total, but $100 in this knickknack auction. Okay,
but I do appreciate the pragmatism of 4-star people who are like, y'all ain't got it. I mean, I don't want to 100% discredit you, but I do wish you'd just go ahead up to 5 stars.
That's it. You know, give us 5 stars and sell them to DM. You know, tell us, hey, listen, this is a bad idea. Right. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte. The USB drive haver that'll be auction. I got 3 of them I'm auctioning off right now. I'm gonna even leave the stuff that's on the USB drive so you can hear weird audio of me bombing on stage to perfect.
Oh, okay, joke. Yeah, no, those are priceless. You definitely want to get in on that.
I got some gems in there, baby. You want to hear a joke go from terrible to good over the course of 100 sets, all on these USB drives. You know, you'll get way too many pictures of me in the 3 shirts I own at all the comedy shows in New York, baby. Right
this
here,
is all gold,
baby.
Get in on it right away, everybody.
And you're gonna see strategic pictures of from photographers of these shows where they like capture the right angle where it looks like the 15 people is really 1,500 people. You know,
that's impressive.
You're gonna see all the ends of the comedy background world. It's gonna be there. USB drive. Always with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. She's got a bunch of cool knickknacks. They're gonna be the base of a really dope outfit that you're gonna wear. That you didn't know. You know, you didn't know you could pull it off. Shalewa was going to send you the piece and tell you the pieces she would have matched it with.
Yeah, I will absolutely. It'll come with a note card of suggestions what to do with it.
Telling you, that sounds A, 5-star worthy, B, $100 bid worthy. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Let's raise these funds for the cause that we admittedly haven't even decided on yet.
No, we haven't actually decided on.
No,
but it could just be my phone bill.
Yeah, no, and that's a great cause.
Yeah, it is. It's probably for us to get a better internet.
Oh man, this has been a bonus episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time on Base.